I will reveal how to make beautiful, flawless AI art based on any person's photo. I'll show you the process I followed just yesterday, and that training was lost. I was demonstrating it. That was in practice, not in theory, and I normally do it intuitively, but today I'm going to make the process explicit for you so it's simpler to follow and hopefully shorter. And yeah, we lost that training, so here we go. My mission is to unleash the artist within every human being on earth, while anyone that feels the call to create. This is a face swapped in result right here. We're going to show how to make that. I'm here to inspire you, activate your creative freedom, guide you to explore your own infinite creativity, and turn your visions into beautiful AI art. And we use AI art for infinite creative and artistic exploration and expansion here. So here we'll get into the process. Here's the end result, and I used a face swap, and this is the input I used to the face swap, this image here. So I'm going to show you how to do this step by step. First thing is to describe the photo. What is your vision? What do you want to see? Write the prompt. I wrote, beautiful Pakistani woman wearing traditional costume celebrating her wedding. And combine that with my prompt template. For example, stunning world-class professional painting or whatever medium, like sculpture, painting, photorealistic art, illustration, anime, whatever. By artist, I've crossed that out. I'm not using that in today's example, but you can, and I often do, or even a list of artists depicting the concept. The medium I chose today, palette knife oil painting. But you'll see that the art isn't really that style. That's because we left in the image prompts in it, links to images. Partway through, we can remove those. I did that with other art. I'm not going to show you that today. Okay, so describing the photo. When we use the describe command in Midjourney with this photo, here's the output that I got. I did not use that yesterday, last night. I'm just showing you that here as an example. So you can just click the buttons to imagine them or try again and get a different one. So start in high variation mode, because at the beginning, you're far away from your ideal image. You don't have anything. So you'd start there. And then later, when you're just making more subtle refinements, you probably want to change to the low variation mode. And I create the art in my private message chat with the Midjourney bot. So this is how to get into it in Discord. Go up here first, scroll all the way to the top, click here, then click on this one. So I upload the image into that thing. I drag the image in, and then later when we get the link from that, this is the shortened link that it became. So the first image, when we see this kind of thing, XU, when we see that in our prompts, we know that this references this image that I uploaded. And then the other one is this image. So that's the second image, which I uploaded. And if you see LJK, LJC, that's the second image. There's the first one. This is the second image. Okay, so at the beginning, imagine the text prompt by itself, as well as with your photo, a link to your photo. You can see here the prompt I use. So it's got a link to the second image and this prompt, as I told you what I wrote at the beginning. It wasn't combined with my template yet, but I did do that after a little bit. So you could just imagine it just with the text prompt. You can also imagine it with the image or with the other image, because I had two, or with both together. Or we can even use images referencing other images we like, other art, things found in the community feed, for example, or other existing art. You can create different variations to start out with. You could also try wording it different ways. So by doing that, you'll get more variety of art to look at and find one that you like best. So imagine a few times and assess the outputs. And do you want a different vision? If so, rewrite or revise the prompt. We've been experimenting with having ChatGPT do this for us as well. Okay, you can base the style of the art on an existing style or by referencing an artist or a group of artists or a combination of styles, like retro-futurist ukiyo-e, for example. You can do whatever you want. You could also look at the community feed for inspiration and base the style or concept on existing art. And I selected today, or yesterday, palette knife oil painting. Okay. Try imagining multiple variations of the prompt and see what you get. You can also do this with remix mode on when you're making variations of your favorite images so far, like you're curating the favorite images and making variations of the ones you like best. The reason for remix mode is that when you click make a variation, you can then edit the prompt and put in whatever you want. And so then we can put in different variations of the prompt. What I was actually doing yesterday when I did this thing that we're talking about, because what I show you today will only be a streamlined process straight through of how I did it. But, okay, I'm just going to pop back here. But what I actually did yesterday would have been exploring and making different variations and then taking the ones I liked best and then doing the face swap on them, or refining them, fixing the hands if there was problems, and then doing the face swap at the end. Like this hand right here has an extra finger, right? But you can fix that with the vary region. Okay, so we'll keep it simple though. Make variations, refine the concept, the style, and curate your favorites as you go along. I selected this one here, number 3. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the convention of how you number them in Midjourney. So here, the second image was the image of her in the in that traditional costume, so or getup. So that's the image that's referenced. See this link right here. So I just imagined this thing. That's how this was created. I chose number 3, did variations of it. Remix mode is on. That's why you see it green instead of blue. It means that you can then edit the prompt, and then you'll see. So take a look at this here. So then I could edit the prompt. So I changed it, and everything that's highlighted here is what I added to it. You can see I put my template in there, so it wasn't just the simpler part. I also added in that she has emotion. So it just said beautiful Pakistani woman before, but now it says that she's happy, content, contemplating the deeply meaningful questions of life. So I've added in emotion, first of all, into the description of the character in here. And I also added sitting. She's sitting and celebrating her wedding, but sitting is added in. Okay. Yeah, you can also see there's 2 image links here. So before that, we only had 1. So I've added in the first image too. So we were basing it on this one. We had that in there. That's what we were doing here. But see, with this one, we've got both images there, right? Well, I didn't use these, but I did go from this one, number 3 from there. You can see that it was based on the second image, as it says here. But when I did the variation with remix mode on, I changed the prompt to this, and now it's referencing both images. So if you want to see what those are, we got to go back there. That's the other one. And so then this red gets added in. Okay, so now you'll see what happens there. So I picked number 3, did variation of it, and here's what we get. So 4 options there. And then I clicked on make variations of number 2, and you can see this thing here behind her that she may be leaning on. And I edited the prompt, remix mode is on. And you don't have to edit it, but I did. And I added luxury, luxurious environment. I also said she is opulent. So beautiful, opulent, happy, yada, yada. So we added opulent in the description of the character. We added luxurious environment and feelings for the piece itself, for the entire painting. We already had feelings for the character, the feelings that the character has and conveys, right? We also have feelings for the entire piece to convey at the end. Feelings of joy, ecstasy, bliss, love, and love permeate the piece. And I chose number 3. Out of these, I like this comfortable thing right here. I'm assuming there's some good padding on that there. And I chose this one here and upscaled this. But then you'll notice there's a little watermark in the corner. Okay, so the same prompt. It's just this one upscaled. And then, by the way, so this is not in this example, but it would be if you do this. And I want to share that with you because it's part of the process, which I highly recommend. If you have 1 or more image prompts in it, well, we actually had 2. It doesn't matter how many. You might want to remove them. So you have to be in remix mode because when you do a variation of something, you can then just remove the image links from the beginning of the prompt because you always put the links at the beginning. So remove them. This will allow the style to become different than the input photos. Now those input images don't have to be photos. They can be art, right? You'll see more art after we go through this. You're going to see a whole bunch of art at the end for examples and their portraits. But they can be in any style. And so if you want the painting style to then change and say the input prompt is a photo, but you want it to kind of look like a painting, it's going to be affected by the photos that are put in. And that would make it more like photorealistic in our case, because the input images are photos. Once you remove those links, it or those, then the style will gravitate towards what you've described in your prompt. As we can see here, the prompt says, make me like a professional palette knife oil painting, right? So that's the style we want, but we've got 2 links to photos. So when we take those out, the style will change. You will see an example of it. I started to make something into pixel art. It's still the same style, like a palette knife oil painting, but I said, let's make it into pixel art as well. And so it'll start to evolve into it. It'll take iterations. So anyway, we remove the links, and then the style will gravitate to what you've described in the prompt. And then do multiple iterations of variations of doing this, like do iterations of making variations of your favorite and choosing and continuing to just iterate that process. Do it at least a few times after you remove the links. You'll see how the style will be evolving. So I didn't do it in our current example. I'll show it another time. I did it last night though, and it was all filmed, but there was an error, so we lost the video. That's why we're making this today. So then from here, it's just an upscale, right? It's just upscale from the previous. So then I did vary region to remove the watermark and select that part down there. Okay, yeah, you click that button. So you can use vary region to fix parts of the drawing, like fix the hands, change the face, change any part of it. You can select multiple areas of it, or just one thing. We usually choose just one part of the drawing at a time to fix, like the hands, for example. Once that part's fixed, then use the resulting image, upscaled, as your starting place to fix another part if needed. If you stack the fixes linearly in this way, it will keep it simple. That will keep it simple. It will keep it simple, requiring only few variations. So yeah, vary the region to remove the watermark. We may be able to show a demo of this in Discord, but I'll go through this for now, because we'll show a couple things like creating a server. Okay, so what do we have here? I varied the region. Okay, so we get a few options, and then you can see, well, it's only going to change the part down there, because that's all I asked for. You can see this is good. Here it's dark, so I just chose that one because it's fine. This is fine too, but like these are a little different, and there's actually a little bit of a watermark in the corner right down there. Okay, so I just upscale one. There we go. And then I decide to swap my friend Uzma's face into the photo, right? Because I was making some for her as a gift and just for fun. So, and she interviewed me that day, I think the day before, or that day earlier. So then I did that, right? So I'm going to show you how you do that. So first, to face swap, if you haven't already done this, you have to create a new server. Add the 2 bots, like the Midjourney bot and then the InsightFaceSwap bot. You follow the link. I found this on YouTube, right? Someone showed how to do it. And there's a website, right? This thing's legit. There's a website for InsightFaceSwap, and I've been using it for free, and it's working. I've used it for students. Actually, a student brought it to me. We did it in the Connect with Your Future Self AI art journey. Okay, and yeah, lots of people have done it, and we're guiding through it. Okay, so we add it, then we use Save ID, drag in the image. That's this one here. So I clipped it from the bigger one because you just want to show like their headshot, for example, because it's a face swap. So we really only needed this part, but it doesn't matter because this worked also. Okay, cool. And you put a name in. You just put letters and numbers, no dashes, space, or anything else. Only letters or numbers, no more than 10 digits, no space, whatever. So you name it. You use the Save ID thing. That's the command for InsightFace. So I can kind of show you that stuff in there. Okay. Once the image, so we may be able to do that, jump out, and then come back in here, right? Yeah, because we'll be right here. Okay, you can see a describe command there. Okay, because I tried that thing just to show you. So we go and create a new server. Just scroll all the way down on the leftmost side, click this plus sign to add a server. Create your own for you and your friends. You don't need this. This is just to make a little server. Okay, so I'm going to kind of like make this server, right? Say I make someone's name. Here it would be Uzma. I did that already, right? And I just did it like this, but we've already done this, so I'm kind of making another one. Hopefully we can just delete the server after this. Okay, and you can put a photo in here so that they differentiate there. Well, I won't do that now, but you can just click it and then drag a file in there, I think. So I've already done that. You can see these here, like the first time I made one, that goes with this video here. And you can see the link right there. So we'll use that. So I've done it a few times. I won't go into this one right now, right? But I created this and did this here, right? This is where we did this yesterday or the day before. Okay. That's another one that I was working in. You can see how I did that there. See, so this is the art before, and then when I face swap into it, like right click there, do that, it then created this. Okay, but you need this other step, right? Okay, so we just created a brand new server. Now we're going to add the bot. Okay, add your first app. Add the Midjourney bot. Search Midjourney. Then we'll just click on this one and just add it. Give it permission. Then we have to choose the server we're putting it into. So USMA 2. Do this. Give it permission, and then maybe say I'm not a bot. Also, yeah. See. So you have to do this. Then we'll add the other one. So this is the first step. Once you create a server, add the Midjourney bot. Okay, here we go. Okay, we've done it finally. Now we'll click the other link. See, it's here. So now we'll just click the second link. I have it there. You see it here in the presentation, but you actually need it as a link you can click. So you can also go to my video here, right? Okay, and the video will show you how to do it, but we're doing it quicker here, so because I know how to do it. Back then I didn't know how, so that's a longer video. So you just click this link, which I've given you. And see, that's just going to say, let's add the InsightFace bot to it. See, InsightFace wants to access it, add a bot to your server. Okay, which one though? Well, it's going to be the USMA 2 server, because I'm showing you that demonstration now. Authorize it. And prove you're a human. Hopefully we don't have to click on pictures of crosswalks or traffic lights or motorcycles or hills or whatever. Okay, so there we go. Yeah, we've done it. See, if you go back here, you can see we've added the bots. Okay, so now all you got to do is use save ID. Okay, now this is a command not with Midjourney, but with InsightFace. You can see the bots there as I showed in the demo. Now we have them. So we just click on this one. You have to actually drag the image in. You can't use a URL, just like with blend and other things, and describe, right, in Midjourney. So we just drag it in. It's whichever one you want to do to swap the face in. Now, what I did was this. So I made a clip from that thing. I just edited the image, right, and then go into it. Like this. See? So I did that, but then save as and made a clip. And so if we use the other one, we can do that for our purposes here. For example, I'll put that one in. We'll try it. So we drag that image in, drop it here, there. Now also name it, see? ID name, okay, so USMA or USMA1. Enter. Okay, that's the thing you got to do. You do those 3 steps and you've set it up, see? So this is about setting it up. Create server, add the bots, use save ID, upload a file into it, give it a name. I did it, I just showed you it. Okay, so then once you have the image the way you want it, then you get the image to show up in your server where you have those bots. And so how to do it. You may already know how, but I'm showing you here. So on an upscale, click on the link to go to the web and then click copy job ID. So I'll show you that. It might be faster to right click on the image, save the image, and go in the file save dialog that pops up. You could actually select the job ID from the file name and copy it if you want, but that's more technical. So then go back to that server where you have those 2 bots and use the show command, paste in the job ID and hit enter. Okay, so when I swapped into this image, so take a look, it'll only change the face. Swapped it and that's how it worked, right? So before, because it just generates this, well, it was still based on our image a bit, but it's also based on the prompt and other things. And so then it's swapped in like that using our other one. But we'll see what happens when we use the other image, because what we did today is pick a different image to base it on for this swapping step. Okay, so here, so you do this step, but I'll show you how first. I mean, I'll demonstrate it here because we'll be doing it on a different one now. We want to show it, right? Go back to direct, because I do this stuff in the direct messages with the Midjourney bot, right? So you can see the stuff here. So you can swap into something like, so I made these new ones just by putting the prompt in again, just imagining the prompt again. But like we'll switch to turbo mode because this is you do that? You can do that. You can also do it with settings. Go into settings and then click the button. So we'll switch to turbo because we're on a live demo. Okay, so which one do we pick? Well, this right hand's messed up here, right? You'd have to fix it first. You'd have to do your refining first. We want to get rid of that part. We would do that first. I'm just gonna choose, well, we could just choose this one, right? Okay, for now. There's more complicated things we can do. There's all the other stuff. Of course, there's that. Right? This is the one that is probably what I swapped into, right? So we'll start with that. So how do you get the job ID? Well, I showed you, click on web, as I said in the thing, right? Click on the web link on the upscaled one that you have. This is what we were doing, right? So you get here, and then you go to underneath the image, click ... copy job ID. And then go back to the server. Go to your new server, right? So that's over here. These servers are the ones I have created. They're servers that I'm in, right? And they're up at the top of that list. So they're underneath the direct message things here, which these are all silly. Just ignore them because they're just spam. Okay, so then here, all we're gonna do is show it. Use the Midjourney command. So you can type show it, hit tab, or like click on that thing when it popped up, and then paste in the job ID and hit enter. Okay, then it will show up and we can right click it and do the thing. So the other way was saving the image. So that's like this. So if we're doing that from the other place, we'd be like saving the image, and then you can see right here, there's the job ID. So you could just copy that out of there. We can still save this image if we want, or we don't have to, right? But we are able to go here and just copy the job ID. So that's why I was saying that might be quicker for you to actually do, but it's slightly more technical. You have to know how to do that and copy that job ID. So then we just show it as I showed you already. Okay, like that. Okay, cool. So then what you do once it shows up is right click on it, go apps and InSwapper. And that's what I've told you about here. So when we did this, then it swaps and it only changes the face. Here's another one. You might be interested how I made this, although it is strange up here, I admit, right? And we'll kind of ignore that. And this, we can fix this. We can do changes to just small parts of it and leave the rest. But what I did is started to make it into pixel art, but it's not there yet. It's just transitioning from one style to another. And it's a combination of palette knife oil painting and pixel art, because I didn't just say purely pixel art, right? It's actually a combination. So along the way, I removed image links and I asked for a different style, like pixel art. So the style was then more free to change because it wasn't constrained by having those photos that it was referencing previously. Okay, so here in this, what we've done this time is use the other image. So instead of using this as our input for, instead of using this image, like a clip, for InsightFace to swap it in, I actually used Uzma's other image. Okay, these two. So I had those from her, and I used that one, and here's what we get. So you should see something different here than what we did last time. So that'll be cool. Okay. Okay, so how do I get this in here? Well, I can save it. It's probably the quickest way. You can go to open it in the browser too and then save. So I'm going to do this and see it's an in. It has that thing. It's got the job ID, and then it's also got ins at the end because of the in swap face. It's swapped the face in. So I'll just go and put that in here. This is actually another one. It's like the other one. It's going to have the same file name as the other one because of this, so we're going to have to change it. but we swapped it in, but we used USMA 1 instead of USMA 2 clip, right? So this time was with USMA 1 is what we based it on. It's going to be slight, as you could see there, that one instead of that one to start it. So let's see how that works. We put this here, and then I think I put it in here. This thing, right? Yeah, it's totally that. Okay, so she didn't select it, but that's because she hasn't seen it, right? She did select these 6 out of the 10 I sent. So this right here is what we had before, and then the one that we've done is this one here. There. Okay, so you can see that the face looks different, and that's because it's based on the other image. So based on USMA 1 and the other based on USMA 2 clip. And there was makeup on that one, right? So, I mean, I kind of like this one better, honestly, the second one. But basically, that second one is based on USMA 1 instead of the other. So that's what we did. Okay. So when I did that and we swapped it in, we got this. But using the other one, we got this one here. There. Okay, so that's using 1. And the other one's using 2, which we already saw. 2, 1. Okay, so there you see a difference. So we did an experiment, right? This is before. That's what we swapped the face into. But using USMA 2, we did this. See the file, the images are already in there. This is the thing we put into it, right? That's the image we put in. Okay, so this one resulted in that. This is the output using this, right? And you'll see a resemblance. This is before, it's what I swapped into. It's generated by Midjourney. Then InsightFaceSwap swapped it in from this one, or from the other one was from this one. There. Okay, good. So now you can see how that worked. Cool. All right, so you can see the expression on her face is affecting it. So that's why we did the experiment. Here's the before image. I did the swap on this, but we've done it with both of them now separately. I put one in each server because we just did a demonstration of how to make the server. Now we get an experiment and look at what happens. So you can see she has a very deadpan face, like a level neutral expression. And here's the output. And look at this one here, more smiling. Look at the eyebrows angled like that, and then look at them there, right? Here's the before, okay? Here when we swapped it in, and then that's from this, and then with the other one, like that, okay, right? So the eyebrows basically lifted a little bit, but like to me, she looks like she's smiling more, smirking a little bit, so looking more like happier from this one, and then you might be able to see why. So this is the input, here's what we get. Looks pretty good to me. That's a good experiment. You can see what happens here, making it very serious unless she's just trying not to laugh. And that could be, she's really able to keep that poker face here, smirking a little bit. Okay, cool. So now we'll just continue. Excellent. Thanks for watching this demo. We'll do this another time maybe. You can let me know if you want to see that. Yeah. Okay, so you're invited to an upcoming free class. This is cool. In this upcoming free class, I'll also demonstrate this process we did. I'll do it live with a lucky member of the audience, someone that's a willing participant. We'll just randomly pick someone out of those who want to play, right? So, or participate. And this person will get free art created for them by me. Will be interactive as well, so they'll get to influence the art that we create together. You're invited to this. I hope to see you there. So I'm just going to show you some art here as examples. Yeah, if you win, then you'll be happy like that. And here I bring in the magic of the dragons. Another variation, something I was playing with back on July 7th, I think there. So yeah, more. Right, remember who you are. Remember that the power is within you, within your own beliefs. more dragons or something I'm conjuring up in the sky there. Takes a while to process that one there. Conjuring a dragon of some kind. He's a little deformed. So it was a work in progress. Yeah, you might notice this thing on her face, a little patch or something, little post-it note, clear. Yeah, we can easily remove that, right? Just use the very region and we can fix that. We won't demonstrate it here in this video just because it'll get too long. And I'm going to keep my videos shorter from now on because last time I did a almost 2 hour video, lost thing. She looks kind of Greek to me. I lost the entire thing, which is why we have this video now to show you the process with one demonstration. In the future, I will be demonstrating it with you as well. We've got the Unleash the Artist Within journey going. We've already done the first week. You can join us though anytime, and I hope to see you there. But we're going to be doing free events as well, so you'll get to have an experience of it. Yeah, as I said before, unleashing your artistic potential, your creative potential. When you explore your creativity which is within you and it's infinite, you'll just discover, yeah, it is infinite, and you can make whatever you want. Make art in any style. It's really fast. It's easy. Anyone can do this. I'm going to empower you, show you how. All right, we're on the home stretch here now. Look forward to seeing you there. That's the end of it. Thanks for watching this. See you again soon. Unleash the artist within.